The wet woodland is a glorious tangle of plants and trees that all specially adapt to this waterlogged environment. Trees such as willows and alder can live with their roots frequently submerged. They grow in conditions with high water tables and with low oxygen levels. The bark of the alder has enlarged pores on the stems, called lenticels. This helps oxygen get to the roots. The lenticels look like white dots on the bark. Willows form roots on the trunk, which help bring more oxygen down into the tree. Alder trees have small cones. When the seeds drop from the cones, they float and can travel with the floods undamaged by the water. The boughs of the willow trees have sumptuous carpets of green mosses and ferns. The tall royal ferns specialize in growing in the waterlogged environment and are not found in other habitats. In autumn, royal fern fronds turn rich oranges and russets. The branches of the willows are decorated by many species of lichens. The lichen is not parasitizing the tree. These very slow-growing, beautiful lichens are fascinating organisms. They are an example of the interaction of fungi and cyanobacteria and green algae. The algae and fungi have evolved to live together. It may be argued that they are dependent on each other. The algae, or cyanobacteria, is capable of photosynthesis and utilizing sunlight energy to produce sugars. Lichens are adapted to living in a very low nutrient environment, so it is not surprising that when we pollute the atmosphere by releasing ammonia from farm waste or fumes from industry, many lichen species cannot survive. The lichen slowly encrusts the branches as this tangled, watery, undisturbed habitat develops. Reeds are perfectly adapted to changing water levels. This tall grass dominates area of the lakeshore, forming reed beds. In the past, reeds were cut for thatching. In winter, reed beds are roosting sites for birds such as starlings. The strong hollow stems transport oxygen to the roots growing in the mud where there is shortage of oxygen for the roots. The stems are interconnected by rhizomes, so air is transported down the old dead stems from last year to the growing roots and new shoots in spring.